You may not live in a beautiful place, may not have the best of taste. Nature didn't give you such a beautiful face, but baby, you got what it takes. You think that should be on my next solo album? You think that should be the name of my solo album? Jeff Layton's Got What It Takes. What do you think? Let me see here. Right here. Hold on a second, y'all. Oh. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas, huh? There we go. How is everybody tonight? Is everybody doing it right? Is everybody keeping it out of sight? Here we are on Break On Through. Normal format. 8 p.m. News, blues, top 10 list. Maybe a few stories. And first of all, I'm gonna go ahead and get it together with some announcements. Maybe I need to put my hair down a little bit. But now don't y'all forget now, June 22nd at Ground Zero, Spartanburg, South Carolina. It will be their 28-year anniversary. That's one club in, well, they weren't in one place, but one club in one town for 28 years. That's quite a feat. Now, in Charlotte, we got the milestone, but the fact that we have another long-lasting club just over the state line a little bit is very amazing for the Carolinas. So yeah, that show, now I'll make a post for it, and I will put a link for the tickets. The tickets went up in price a little bit because we added another headliner. I Hate God will be with Antiseen and J.D. Pincus. Now, if that ain't a knockdown, drag-out, barn-burning rock and roll party on the street, then I don't know what is. And you know, I know what that is. And if you're like, damn, just playing that game, make June 22nd, man, when am I going to see y'all? When will I see you again? When will I see you again? I'll tell you, you get another chance. Because down around Atlanta town, August 30th, 31st, and September 1st, at the Masquerade, Beer Olympics 2024. Man, I'm telling you, it's going to be a crazy, lazy, super daisy like you ain't never seen. And we're talking about headliners such as Negative Approach, Lower Class Brats, our label mates of TKO. Good gosh, man, so many bands. But on Sunday, September 1st, that's when you get to see two of the greatest anti-bands known to mankind. The Anti-Heroes and that little old band from Charlotte, North Carolina, that rockin' teenage combo, the one that all the gals are talking about, everybody's wanting to be them, everybody needs to see them, they are real wild cats. I'm talking about Antiseen on one show. And that's not even mentioning the bands that will be performing from the time the doors open until this rock and roll Ferox happens. So that's it. Like June 22nd in Spartanburg, September 1st in Atlanta, Georgia. And you know, you keep looking at our page, looking at our individual pages. There will always be flyers up. There will be links. And something I want to, links to buy tickets. Something I want to tell you about the June 22nd show with EHG, Antiseen, and JDP. There will be an EHG/Aseen live cassette tape from TPOS Records that will debut that very evening. It'll be on sale on our merchandise table. It'll be on sale on I Hate God's merchandise table. You have 2 chances to get it in one place, or you can buy 1 from each. We don't care what you do. You can buy 7 from each. We prefer you buy 7 from each. But, yeah, it's going to be there. I'm sure you can get them all signed up for you. The cassette, you know, format is something that Malcolm Tent likes to put stuff on wild formats, and I admire that. I look at it sometime, and I'm going to be completely transparent with you right now. I look at some of these formats and go, I don't know about that. But man, I'm telling you, when we take the Eat More Possum cassette tape out on the road, we sell it. So there you go. What do I know? I used to think I had my finger on the pulse of the people. But now I have to have consultants to keep me up on the pulse of the people. If my consultants say, hey man, people like cassette tapes, then you know what? They're going to get cassette tapes. I was already convinced by Malcolm Tent that the people want CDs. And he was right. And that's something that we will continue to do from here until the cows come home. Oh man, I'm gonna tell you something. I got a box in the mail today. I want y'all to see this. I'll go ahead and tell you who I got it from. It's from my good friend Dennis Highland. He's one of the head honchos over at Jackhammer Music / USA Japan. He is also one of the head honchos in the fantastic band Future Hate. Now, I like getting stuff in the mail, especially if I know what it is. But Dennis always decorates up my boxes. He sends to me very festive. And this one really got me excited. Especially since I already knew what was in it. More copies of Great Disasters on CD because we're selling the hell out of them. But look here. The woman at the post office brings this up from the back because you couldn't get it in my P.O. box. I had to give them the little ticket. You know, the little yellow piece of paper that says, that's too big for the box there, Hoss. So I see Chief Cornstalk on the box. Now, you go, Chief Cornstalk, what does that mean? You got to tell me or I'm getting ready to. But you need to stop saying that before I get done saying. And there's the Silver Bridge. What do these two things have to do with one another? Well, they're both around Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Oh, now I've said Point Pleasant, West Virginia. I bet your ears are pricked. Because you know that all has to do with Mothman coming that is here to stay. Dennis, I just want to thank you for making post office time fun time. All right. Now I'm going to tell y'all what. I got a little incentive here. And I'm going to make this, I'm not going to put this offer on the Facebook page or on Instagram or anything. This one, working class, you only hear this here live on Break On Through. But if you order, I don't care how many you order, LP, you order an LP, you order one LP. Or if you order 15 LPs, tonight or tomorrow, I will include one of these beautifully hand screen printed record tote bags. Or you can put anything. You ain't got to put records in them. A record will fit in them perfectly. But one from my brother's business, Aardvark Screen Printing out of Raleigh, North Carolina. And you will get either one of these, okay? Or you will get another tote bag from another favorite business of ours, from right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Repo Record. Let me get that flap out of the way. Repo Record from Charlotte, North Carolina. It's my bag, baby. So yeah, that's all you got to do. You order an LP, but I'm gonna have to tell you something though. You can't go, man. You got to give me one of them repo bags. It's purple, or I ain't gonna be able to do all that because all the aardvarks are red. The repo are in different colors, and man, I'm just gonna give them away until I don't have any more. How about that? So just order you an LP. One LP is all you need to order. And you can't go, no, order me a CD there or something. No, I ain't mailing these things in a CD package. I will mail these in an album mailer. So, get down to it. You got to do it. Tonight, you know, old JC's working class. You know, I'll be up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30. And I'll be in here, sitting right here at the Break On Through Studios, making it an atmosphere for creativity and for being productive. I'll burn these scented candles. I'll put on some soft music, like some Boss Skaggs. And I'll be here in the early morning hours, creating packages to send out. Man, I do it all the time. Yep, I'm trying to make the Break On Through Studios like the Mar-a-Lago of the Carolinas. I think I'm getting there pretty good. All right. So yeah, there we go. See what time we got here. Okay, you know what? It might be time for a top 10. I'm just reading comments, so excuse me, y'all. Today's top 10 is a top 10 of one of my favorite, and man, I'm telling you, and this, I didn't like doing this before it became mandatory to look at everyone as equals. But this is one of my favorite female vocalists of all time. I have a lot of favorites. I think I've done my top 10 on here before. But now I'm going to pick out one and give you 10 of my favorite tracks of hers. What the thing I don't like doing, I don't like going, oh, well, let's put them all in the category of female vocalists and male vocalists. But, I mean, I guess you just have to sometime. But, like, I wouldn't pick my favorite girl bands. Like, Girl School and Runaways will fit right into my list of favorite bands, whatever number we're going to, wherever they pop up. They fit right in there without me going, oh, and for, I never was like, oh, they rock good for girls. They just rock good, man. That's all there is to that. And this woman right here is one of the best vocalists, in my opinion, in any genre of music she would ever care to venture into. Also, she didn't get too far out of her comfort zone of country music, and I'm talking in my opinion, and I guess in George Jones's opinion, she's the first lady of country music. I'm talking about the one and the only Tammy Wynette. So I'm going to start with number 10. And if you don't know any of these songs now, y'all look these up on YouTube or on Spotify or something. Jot down my top 10 if you want to hear what all I'm liking about Miss Wynette. Then you just jot this down and make your own little playlist, or just listen to it on YouTube or something, and you can see what all my fuss is about. Number 10 is a track called Apartment Number 9. Can you dig that? And at number 9, I'm gonna say it the way it's supposed to be said. Most people go, divorce. It's D-I-V-O-R-C-E. Became final today. I've sung that song a few times. Woo! Number 8 for me. Probably the song she's best known for. An attitude that probably is not tolerated at all in today's society. But you know what? I don't go by the standards of today's society. And I think this song is wonderful. And it's not making women sound dominated and weak. It actually makes them sound very strong if you listen to the word. If you actually listen to the words from start to finish, you'll realize this is not a self-deprecating song like I'm sure most idiots today would think, but I'm talking about her greatest hit, Stand By Your Man. Number 7, Almost Persuaded. Almost is the key word there. Number 6. Now, Tammy was the queen of the broken marriage. Let's see how it affects the kids' songs. There's quite a few of them, but this is one of my favorites, and it's a tearjerker. I know a lot of you think country music's about Satan and murder and death and skulls and pentagrams, but it's not. It's about heartache and heartbreak for the most part. Number 6 for me, and that's only 1 6. I Don't Want to Play House. Listen to it. If you don't get a lump in your throat, why, you might be a cold-hearted bastard. Number 5, and this is one of the ones she did with her husband at the time, George Jones. We're going to hold on. We're going to hold on. Actually, my next 2 are from when she was singing, recording with George Jones. Number 4, Two-Story House. It's like the companion song to these would be George's The Grand Tour. And you can make a whole like playlist of songs that would just make you want to bury yourself, you know, over breakups. But number 3, probably another one that her name is synonymous with, and one she did with George Jones, Golden Ring. Wonderful, wonderful storytelling song. It's beautiful. Number 2. Now, a lot of the women in country music, they all had a song kind of like this, like, you know, you want to push one way, it might go a way you don't want. And with number 2, your good girl is going to go bad. Oh, oh. My number 1 favorite Tammy Wynette song, and it's not a very popular one. It did make it on a few of her greatest hits compilations. I guess, I mean, maybe it's more popular than I even know, but when the first time I heard it, I was just like, I love this song. I love the sentiment of this song. It is called Singing My Song. I mean, if y'all don't listen to any of these tonight, at least go listen to Tammy Wynette, Singing My Song. All right. All right, how about a few rapid fire thoughts? I've recently discovered a song. I didn't recently discover the song. I recently discovered the effect the song has on people. I've been listening to this song ever since it came out. I think in either 1972 or 3. I'm leaning toward 3. And people, and when I say I like these guys, people think, "Oh man, you're being, you know, ironic and sarcastic or whatever." No. I really like these guys, and that's Seals and Crofts. Yeah, I like them. Darling, if you want me to be closer to you, get closer to me. That's not the song I'm talking about, though. I'm talking about, man, this song brings out anger in people. I have witnessed it firsthand. Let me give you 2 examples. And I think it's such a pretty, like, easy-going song. And it just, I've seen people just get fire in their eyes over it. One day, me, my wife, our daughter, and our grandson, a Saturday evening, riding down the road, going to the Encounter Church here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And the First Lady has Spider-Man type speed when it comes to popping that radio station. Like but first she makes a sound and hits the button. Like she makes her own static, but it's actually a snarl hiss, and she pops the button. Most times I just let her do it, you know, because there's never really anything I really want to hear. There's a few I really don't want to hear, but I mean, I like a lot of songs. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like a lot of stuff. Some stuff I just tolerate. There's only a few tracks that they play on these classic music stations that I can't tolerate. We'll get into that some other. I've probably already done a show on that, but and I'll tell you what the line is that gets them. It's not see the paper laying on the doorstep, little music from the house next door. No, they're good with that. But it's summer breeze. That's okay. Makes me feel fine. Everybody can identify with that. Here's the line. Are you ready? Blowing through the jasmine in my mind. I had both girls, my wife and daughter, both attacking me over blowing through the jasmine. And my mother was like, what the hell is that? I was like, man, he's just thinking about some jasmine. Jasmine smell good. I used to buy jasmine scented. I don't have any now. I don't know what I got now. Majestic Mount Fuji's one of them. I was like, man, he's just thinking, you know, it's a nice summer day. Food cooking, plates for two. You know, music from the house next door. 73. I don't know. He's probably hearing some Jim Croce on the AM station or something. You know, and just go home from work. And he's just like, in his mind, man, he's just like relaxing and thinking of a field of jasmine. Y'all feel that? The second attack I got was recently on the road. You know, I'm always a co-pilot, and sometimes I control a lot of times I control the music played in the van, just because I'm hands-free, and we use, whoever's phone gets used for the GPS. Listen to these nowadays problems we have. That's the phone. Working class 4 a.m. That's the one that gets used for the music. Now, usually, if someone has a specific request, which Malcolm Tent usually does, I'll find whatever he wants to hear, and but sometimes they just say, play a playlist. And I played one of my playlists, and it had Summer Breeze on it. And I thought Sir Barry Hannibal was going to rip the damn radio out of the car and throw it out the window like I did one time when I heard Boston come on. So, yeah. You can say, you can say, man, them Screwdriver songs sure do elicit a lot of hatred. No, I think Summer Breeze elicits way more hatred and hostility than anything by them. All right, another rapid fire thought. That wasn't too rapid fire. I've spent a little time on that. Did I ever tell y'all about one of the first jobs I ever had? Man, at a young age, I was living in Biloxi, Mississippi, real close to the Air Force Base, in Cedar Lake Mobile Home Village. I may have told this story before. One night, I may have told you this before, but man, I was a TV guide salesman. This 73, I was 10 years old. Hitting the hustle already at 10. Man, the cool thing about it was I had this orange bike. Of course, it was orange, right? And Mom made me this bag. And I think it was like denim. Okay. Something weird just happened here. All right, I think I'm back. Am I back, y'all? I mean, you got to tell me something. I don't see your comments, so let me get back to your comments, and I will hold that thought. Denim bag. Denim bag. So, anyway. She made me a denim bag, and she embroidered in yellow letters, TV Guide. And I was able to rig away with the handles on my handlebars. I think Dad put me some kind of piece of metal, like he screwed it in there where it just kind of make like it wasn't like a hook, but you know, a little lip that I could pull the handles of the bag on, and they would catch on that. So I'm riding my bike, and you got the TV guy, and I would like go around the trailer park. You know, our trailer park was mostly Air Force guys, and man, I must have had like, I don't know, 30 or 40 customers, man. I'd go around every week, riding my bike, delivering the TV guide. And man, if it ever had like a color, and it did have a color photo one time. Matter of fact, y'all don't know this, but I got a collection of TV guides right over there. I'm serious. I know that's a joke on Seinfeld, but I do have one. It's a small collection, but there's a bunch of them. And I've got these very issues I'm discussing right here, but there was one that had a full color photo in the back in the articles of Alice Cooper when he was on the Snoop Sisters starring Helen Hayes. And man, when the week was over and I was delivering the new TV guide, I was asking everybody, hey, let me have that old TV guide there, huh? Somebody get that Alice Cooper picture. I did the same thing when there was a Raquel Welch variety show that came on like a one time, and there was a full color picture of her. Had to have it. I know they're going, this little weirdo. But anyway, first job, TV guide salesman. Brian, I haven't been paying attention to your questions. Brian Dunlap just asked if I ever watched Seinfeld's Pop-Tart movie. We do have that in our stuff to watch list. John wants to know, would that job pay? Man, I think I probably got, man, I don't know why this is ringing in my head, but I think I got maybe a dime for every copy. Maybe I'm envisioning myself as Bob Guccione of 1973 or something. I don't know. Maybe it was a nickel. I don't know. But like at the end of the week, I had $3 or $4. And back in 1973, $3 or $4 would buy you something. You know what the first big thing I bought with it was? Boot skates. Because I had just seen, speaking of Raquel Welch, I had just seen the Kansas City Bomber movie about roller derby. Now, I watched roller derby anyway, but to see the movie about roller derby, you know, and they kind of broke the kayfabe for roller derby that was going on at the time. But man, I just thought it was really cool how they had the working class again. How they had the men's team and the women's team. And the men wore the black boots. Man, I really, really liked that. And I bought me with my TV guide savings. And man, I'm thinking, I don't know what, I know it was a double digit number, like 11, or I don't know, 13. I believe it was me thinking, man, I'm spending me some big money up in here, boy. And I was like, yep, gotta get me some damn skates there, son. I did. TV guide salesman. I may write a song about being a TV guide salesman. Well, you know, I got two more rapid fire thoughts, and I think I'm going to save them for next time. One of them I'll go ahead and talk about. Man, my dad, God rest his soul, he had a couple gimmicks. One gimmick was he had that Conway Twitty hair. It looked like a helmet. And it was, you'd never see one of them hairs out of place. Ever. His other gimmick was a toothpick. You'd hardly ever see him without a toothpick. And I remember one time, a bus driver from one of the high school, from the high school. I don't know why they thought they had to turn around in our driveway. But see, Dad would line the driveway. One year they'd be red, white, and blue petunias. The next year they'd be all marigolds. And red, white, and blue petunia. And I think this was a red, white, and blue petunia year. Right here. And man, that bus driver decided he had to turn around in our driveway. And our driveway wasn't big, man. I mean, you get one car in there. We had 3 vehicles. Mom's car, Dad's car, and they had my grandpa's truck. There, you know, where they used when they hauled wood and stuff. But only one car was going down that driveway at a time, man. It wasn't one of them things where you could get 2 in there at the end when you got to the garage. But not up at the top. And man, that bus tried to turn around, that school bus in that driveway. And they put a couple wheels all over those flowers, man. And I just remember looking out my bedroom window like, oh boy, this is not going to be good. Sure enough, here comes the old man. Boy, he comes stomping out there now. He got toothpick. It's, you know. And you see him, and he starts taking, and then he takes that toothpick out and uses it to point. And he is yelling at that bus driver, man. He's letting the obscenities fly. But he would, he would never use the Lord's name in vain. He would never say the whole word. He'd say GD. He said, you run over my damn GD flowers. Get that GD bus out of here. But, you know, he was yelling. He was angry. And he stood there until they got out, completely out of the driveway and were going down the road. And he sat there for a little bit watching them go down the road. Whoever was driving that bus, they weren't going to dare get out of that thing and get in his face about that. That was a good one. Oh, boy. But then that toothpick, when we laid him to rest for his wake, I'm not sure who did. I think it was some of his friends from where he worked at the prison bought one of those toothpick. It's a little like metal toothpick case they put in his pocket right there, and they put a toothpick in it. I thought that was great. But yeah, this last rapid fire thought that I had for you is a little too heavy, and the reason I'm not going to go into that is because I do have to get a little heavy on you tonight. I don't like to end the show this way, but I just it's just something I got to talk about, and there's something I got to show you, and there's something I have to ask of you. You all know about the time that my little granddaughter Winter goes through. And just recently, as of Saturday, I think, Saturday or Sunday. Well, she's back in a hospital in Indianapolis, and it was pretty bad this time. My daughter Carrie had to perform CPR on her before they got her to the hospital, and now I'm not going to go into every single detail what's going on at the hospital, but I'll just tell you this. You know, they're in Indianapolis. That's a little bit of a drive from where they are in a town called Milwaukee. Not Wisconsin, but Indiana, which is very, very, or like right next door to Fort Wayne. And they are both, of course, out of work while they're doing this. Now, of course, me as her father, I'm going to send her a little, as I owe her a birthday present anyway. But I'm going to send them some stuff to, some money to help them along during this. But I have something that I was going to give to Carrie. But instead, I asked her if she would be okay with this. And she is perfectly fine with it. It's something if I'm being completely transparent with you, I always feel a little odd about the GoFundMes. I mean, I'm not saying they're not good. They are good. They have helped some wonderful people out in some jams sometime. But which I am eternally grateful for. But this is something that, like, one of the things I was going to leave to Carrie, and I'm going to tell you what, I'll show it to you in a minute. I'm going to tell you, I'm offering this up for sale, but you're not going to send me a dime. If you're interested in this, if you and it is going to be expensive. I'm not going to discuss the price on here because I don't want people giving me their reviews and opinions and putting stuff down and everything. I just don't feel like hearing it, but or reading it. But if you direct message me, not on the Antiseen page, on my personal page, if you are interested in this item, I would like to sell it, and I will give you my daughter's Cash App. Once you have completed said Cash App transaction to her, then I will mail it to you. We're not going to charge you for no shipping. I mean, I'm telling you, it's going to be expensive. But this was a commissioned piece from me. From the one and only G.G. Allen. And this is from 1990. And it was from the wedding announcement of me and Carrie's mom. There's the picture that was on that announcement. And I commissioned Gigi to draw me a photo of Dee and myself, and he did. Yeah, hung in our house for years and years and years. And I just hung on to it because I knew maybe one day Carrie would want this. And, it's the same thing you think about everything. Well, one day this will be worth a lot of money. Well, here we are at one day. One day is here, and they need it. But here is the photo. A colored pencil portrait that says Jeff and Dee Clayton, Rock and Roll Warriors, G.G. Allen, Prison, 1990. Now, I will go ahead and discourage things I had to deal with when I was selling Gigi's prison coffee cup. I sold that a few years back to a serious collector, and I felt good that it was going to a great home. But I have guys writing me, "Hey man, I'll give you $100 for that." I wouldn't let you hold that cup for $100, So you can write me and ask me I've got a price in my mind that I'm not letting this thing go for under. Now, if I go up a little bit past what you want, man, maybe we can talk. Maybe we can work it out. But not only are you getting this one of a kind, there are no copies of it. This was the actual piece that he did. This is the actual colored pencils. Look at it real close. But he did. It is one of the last big money items that I have left. But like I said, I'm not doing it for any profit for me at all. I want to do it to help my daughter, my granddaughter, and my son-in-law in a tough time. Because this is the best way I can think to do it. So, if you are interested, please contact me on Jeff Clayton Facebook page direct message. So, I told you I had to get a little heavy right here at the end. That's why I didn't want to go lead into something heavy. But don't forget, you order something tonight, you order a record, any record, from the Big Cartel Store, you get one of these wonderful tote bags that I will be throwing in with your order. And I'm not trying to put any pressure on you, but you know, some of that money collected, hopefully this evening, will also go to their family in this time of great need. So, I don't want to end on a heavy note. I would like to end on a happy note. I just want to say thank you, all of you, for, as always, for coming hanging out. Man, we had a great time last week with George South, didn't we? Now, he's been selling those CDs like you would not believe. And if you still want one of those, you have to go to, now, you might say, well, that's a real pain in the ass there. A little bit of it. I'll tell you what, if you want one, here's what you got to do. You got to go to georgesouth.com and email George and make the arrangements. There's nowhere you can click. That's the way he does it. You think I'm old school? Well, I'll tell you what. So, thanks again for coming. I hope you guys had a great weekend, great extended weekend. I hope the rest of your week goes really good for you. And I hope this coming weekend is all you hope it will be. For those that do, I'm asking, please pray for my little granddaughter. And I will see you all right here next week on another thrilling episode of Break On Through.